On this episode of PBC Jabs, we preview our stacked October 14th Fox and Showtime cards, Super Featherweight champ Leo Santa Cruz checks in, and it's time for another round of PBC Trivia. Welcome back, boxing fans. I'm your host, Jordan Hardy, and you're watching PBC Jabs. On October 14th, PBC will deliver 5 world title fights. The night kicks off on Fox from the Stubhub Center in Carson, California, as 4-time world champ Abner Mares puts his 126-pound title on the line against once-beaten Andres Gutierrez. Then 3-division world champ Leo Santa Cruz defends his 126-pound title against former title challenger Chris Avalos. We caught up with Santa Cruz earlier this week. Here's what he had to say on his upcoming fight.
Avalos, it's not a fighter that I know that much. I know a little bit. When I was an amateur, I saw him. We were both, fighting, competing in tournaments and fights. I fought Avalos. Me and him had to fight in I think it was the finals, and it was a good fight. Tough fight. We both went toe to toe, and I beat him. And they wanted a rematch, but we never ended fighting again. So now is the time for him to get his rematch back in that pro. So if I hear that say, "Oh, now it's time for the rematch." The first fight against Abner Mares was my biggest fight in my career, my toughest. His great fighter. He only had 1 loss, and it was a pretty tough fight. He's a really great fighter. And Mares right after, he said he wanted a rematch, and I said, "Oh, I'm happy. I'll give it to you whenever you want." I'm pretty sure if we both win our fights coming ahead of us, we're gonna fight each other pretty soon. There are many champions out there. They're big names. That's why I want to fight. I want to fight. Hopefully, God, we get this win. There's Mares out there. There's Gary Russell. There's Oscar Valdez. There's Lee Selby, there's Carl Frampton again. So any of those fights, the one that could get made, I'm happy to fight any of those big fights. I won the big fight now, and hopefully, God, we get the win and we're willing to fight any of those fighters.
After our Fox show, be sure to switch over to Showtime because the action continues from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, with 3 world title fights as IBF 154-pound champ Jarrett Hurd attempts his first world title defense against former world champion Austin Trout. Then WBC 154-pound champ Jermell Charlo defends his title against undefeated Erickson Lubin. And in our main event, Erislandy Lara puts his WBA 154-pound world title on the line against undefeated 2012 U.S. Olympian Terrell Gausha. This is a night of boxing you don't want to miss. For more information on the October 14th Fox and Showtime events, including start time and ticket information, visit PremierBoxingChampions.com. It's time for another round of PBC Trivia. Here's this week's question. Who fought in the main event of the first PBC fight at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York? Think you know the answer? Visit the PBC Facebook page and click the PBC Trivia post to submit your response. And if you guess correctly, you'll be entered to win a PBC t-shirt. That's all for this week's PBC Jabs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time as we continue to bring you the best in boxing.